Welcome to a Drop Tent Media production.
I mean, we got the clap.
That's the clap. The clap means it's happening. That's what my doctor told me.
Welcome. Oh, fuck.
Go. Started with a bad one. All right. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, man.
We're
Hey,
here.
welcome to the inaugural episode of the Weekday Comics. I'm your host, Dave Primiano.
My name's Dan DePriel. See, we're doing the back and forth. We're going to hand it off like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So this isn't any one person's podcast.
That's right.
Let's start over. But you can keep that if you want. Yeah.
It's fun.
Hey, welcome to the inaugural episode of the Weekday Comics. I'm one of your hosts.
This was a strangely passive-aggressive intro for the inaugural.
I could speak for myself when I say that I'm Dave Primiano.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not going to assume anything about anyone else on this podcast, but I'm Dan DePriel.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for joining us. If you are,
For those of you who actually came.
yeah. No, this is fun. I'm glad to go on this journey. Do we have a mission statement, or we just figured, you know what? Do people even give a shit about stand-up comedy anymore?
I think we do. I think the three people in this room.
That's fair.
do, and then that's about it.
Do we have to introduce Neil too? Okay.
I prefer not to be mentioned. Our producer, who shall not be mentioned. Thank you.
Yeah. So we're comics. We're bald, fat, white, underachieving.
This is getting progressively more true and painful.
Yeah. So obviously we deserve to be heard.
Yeah. It's our time to speak. I see what you're saying. It is our time.
Exactly.
And we're seizing our moment.
Yeah,
Finally.
Disney had its little moment bringing other people to the forefront, but we're taking it back.
Back. It's time. Next round robin. It's
We're
white
going
guys
against Disney.
again.
Yeah.
It's like Uno when you draw like 20 draw fours in a row. It's white guys again, baby.
Oh, sorry. I just played Uno last time.
Did
with
I
a
trigger you?
5-year-old.
You seemed very sad at that
I did get a
comment.
little triggered because
Yeah.
I tried to play Uno with a 5-year-old and she kept changing the rules on me, and I was just like, this is why I don't have children, because like it's cute for like 10 minutes, but eventually I just fucking throw the whole deck at her. Be like, play by the fucking rules. When I come to play Uno, I come to play.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You go hard. You go hard.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
paint, in the red, white, the red, blue, yellow, and I don't know. I haven't played Uno
I think
in years.
You said them all.
Yeah,
Why
that's it,
not?
right? Yeah, sure. Anyway, our mission statement. This is so there you go. This is the kind of what the podcast is going to be. It's two ADD victims trying to stay on topic. So that's so we're the Weekday Comics. We call ourselves that because we are at a stage, kind of both Dave and I, where we're performing on the weekends a lot. And when we perform on the weekends, we kind of have to stick to our guns. We have to stick to like the jokes that we have that we know will please an audience because they've paid to see us probably
Not
sometimes. Yeah, not us. You're right. Good point. They've paid to see some other comic later on in the show, but we're there trying to entertain them. So we try to give them the best shot that we can. And we don't really get to work in the awful things that we want to say about what's going on in the world around us. And so we save that for the weekdays when we hit up open mics and just generally say awful, contemptible things.
Exactly. It is almost an insult to us. We're weekday comics. We don't get good shit.
Yeah.
We could call ourselves the open micers, but I don't know how to spell micers. Either it's micers or you have an apostrophe in it like a filthy Italian.
Yeah. The open micers, however, is our Renaissance Fair troupe that we're starting.
Yeah. So this is it's basically I have to be palatable for those weekend audiences.
Yeah.
And I just can't. I can go like 20 minutes, but then eventually it'll just burst out of me like, and how about that sect of Judaism where they drink the circumcision blood? And
Didn't you derail a set recently with Kyrie Irving? Didn't you?
Because I had talked about that when the story came out. Because like 20 babies got herpes.
As a single baby that gets herpes,
at the show.
Messed up.
At the show, yeah. No, yes, exactly. So yeah, 20 babies got herpes in New York because they had a ritual where they would make that first incision and then the mohel would suck the blood out. And
is that real?
And 20 babies got herpes from it.
Damn.
And then they didn't make it illegal after that. They made it so that the parents have to sign off on it. And yeah, so that was a story for a while. And then Kyrie came out and promoted that movie that said that all Jewish people worship the devil. And I was like, whoa. I'll give you those ones. Because that is some occult shit right there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. See, once I read drink the blood out of a baby dick, I don't need to read on.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what they do with it. So I don't know if they like smear it in pentagrams or down the hatch.
Right. Yeah. What do they just dump it in the garbage disposal after that? What do they do with it? I don't know. It's weird that you're fine with it, where we all are kind of fine with the concept of like sacrificing part of your dick to God when you're born. But they're like, but then the guy's going to drink the blood, a bridge too far.
A little bit. Yeah.
Like cut off part of my child's cock. Okay, fine.
Yeah, but we like sterilized the knife. It's not.
Yeah. But it's like an ancient practice. We don't need to do it anymore.
We're not monsters, Dan.
Yeah, all right, sorry. I mean, let me clarify. I am Catholic, but I am circumcised. Okay, so this isn't coming from a bias of I needed to get that out in the first podcast right at the top.
But in a hospital, right?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, You know what? Now that you say that, I don't know where I got circumcised at. I'm gonna have to chase this down.
Well, I got my dick sucked. And
yeah.
I escaped from it herpes free. And
Rabbi Rosenthal was lovely.
I know. No, I grew up in Cherry Hill, so we had the rabbi that murdered his wife, but he didn't suck any baby. So which
this
is
episode
worse
is
at this
straight
point.
fire,
I don't know what she was like. I didn't get bar mitzvahed myself, but he did my neighbor's bar mitzvah. So that's fun.
That's fun. Who did your bar mitzvah?
I didn't get bar mitzvahed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy that blew me ended up going to jail for some reason. Turned out he wasn't a mohel at all.
Yeah.
And my circumcision had been done years before that. So.
But one day when he gets out, you will have that bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
I'm believing you. You still write the letters,
I'm not a man till he comes back and finishes the job.
Yeah. All your prison letters have to have like part of the Torah written in, right? I believe that's
exactly. They're written backwards. I don't fucking. It's taken me one episode.
This is one way to start your podcast.
It's taken me. Yeah, this went off. I was ready. I was just like, dude, if we go off the rails, just let it roll. But I didn't expect it to do this quickly.
From start to cancel, first episode.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Are you
amazing?
No, I'll do like the rest of it from a side profile. So,
yeah, I guess I'm. Hello, everybody. I'm from a side here.
Yeah, but they could tell from the.
They can tell from so many things about you, Dave. Don't worry.
For the fans at home, Dave is Jewish. If you're listening at home, he's Jewish.
Ish.
Yeah. Oh, like George Santos. Yeah, Jewish. Yeah.
That's it.
What did he do? Was that offensive or just hilarious? Because I thought that was pretty funny for him to say. But he was like, I'm Jewish. I was like, I don't like you, but that's almost a little funny. For him to be like caught in a lie and just double down with like one of the most offensive things you could say. I was like, yeah. I
don't believe in offense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I've heard his name. I do like the news. We're gonna end the show with the news articles, but I should tell people now, I've never read past a headline. I'm the least informed person.
Yeah.
But I still want to inform people. Yeah,
I've seen that when you do the news on stage. For those of you that haven't seen Dave, so most of our listeners, Dave likes to do news reports, I guess, or read the news, and he has got great riffs on them, and he puts them up on TikTok. Recent 1 million view.
Oh yeah, well
recipient.
Why do you think you hit 1 million views and you're like, fuck, nowhere to go but a podcast now? It means nothing.
Yeah,
I found because. Like I left my house after it blew up, and I just like held my head down, like, I'm gonna be fucking recognized everywhere. And then I just wasn't, and then I just started wearing the same hoodie every day that I wore in the video.
Just to be noticed.
Yeah. I showed up to the Eagles, goes there with somebody be, fucking go Eagles in my thing. And I was at the Eagles game this week wearing that exact hoodie. I'm just, hey, sit the fuck down. Jesus. People want to see Cooper Rush over. Or no, fuck, wait.
Gardner Minshew?
Cooper Webb. No, Minshew didn't play this.
It was this week.
Davis
Webb.
What? See?
Right, there's too many webs in football. When I say that, it sounds weird. Too many webs in football.
I don't know,
but there's too many. Davis Webb, Austin Webb. Right?
Who wants to watch third stringers when you have TikTok?
You have a 1 million view TikTok guy. Well, honestly, that's why I wanted to work with you, because of your TikTok reach. No, I want to do this, but this is the first. I've been doing comedy for over 8 years now, talking about underachieving, and this is the first podcast I've ever done. Frequent guest. Never had one of my own, and I just wanted to do it because I see you at Mike's all the time. I think you're hilarious. You are the funniest news, like riffing comedian that I know.
We'll say alive.
Yeah,
in the past, I can't take the best news. Yeah,
well, at least that I see in my daily life, that I see in person. You're no Colin Jost, okay, but
actually, aren't they kind of funny?
They are actually really funny.
I don't watch.
That is remains the one part of SNL that is still pretty good.
Yeah, you let Michael Che and then some white dude get at it. I think they kind of hit it. It was just Michael Che and then a white guy who, I mean, he's
yeah.
He's fine.
He's okay.
They had Scarlett Johansson.
Yep. Isn't it weird that we know someone who knows them? Not strange, but Peggy O'Leary went to their wedding and stuff or whatever.
Oh, really?
Or went to their thing. I don't want to. I'm sorry I even spoke. No, but it's just interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw both of them.
It's okay if you speak, but we do need a stick to hit you with. I don't see your fucking. I don't see your picture
yep,
on.
You are correct.
On the logo.
I am in my place.
Well, it's funny. So something about me, I can say this on the podcast now. I've been itching to say this as soon as I meet somebody. I started comedy in Los Angeles. So I happen to...
we are in the presence of royalty.
That's right. See, here's the fucking awful thing. Is if you are if you do anything in Los Angeles and you leave and you say that you did it in Los Angeles, no one's just like, oh, that's a place that you lived and worked. Yeah. It's like, oh, Mr. Buckingham Palace over here. All right. Yeah, I did in LA. I liked it. It was fun. But because of that, you do bump up against people who later get big or whatever. So my feed is like that. Sometimes it's I've heard of so many feature comics that have done multiple Conan appearances.
Right.
Their weddings, I've seen those wedding pictures on Facebook,
Yeah,
it's the people that get to that, no super celebrities yet, but I get to be oh yeah, cool.
He played bartender number 3 in a Judd Apatow movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, so you gave all the reasons that you wanted to do a podcast with me. This is my 3rd attempt. And the second one's not even done, except I did a pandemic show called The Rank Bank. It was just over Zoom. I was because we got the 2 new sports teams named in the same week, the Seattle Kraken and the Washington football team.
Right.
I was all right, well, let's just do 4 episodes where we just rank all the team names in each professional sport, and then the pandemic will be over.
Ride this storm out. It's just...
And that's fun. And I'll throw it, it's fun, but once the pandemic was over, it was just okay, well, now I have to watch 8 movies this week. So and Wes Anderson, because I owed him one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but there's so many times where I hate structure, obviously, if you couldn't tell. 'Cause there's so many times where I was just want to go on a rant, which you've already heard is probably a bad idea.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, with structure.
That's what we're here for. We're here to
Yeah, that's
provoke
why-
rants. Yeah, and we wanted to do a more unstructured conversation where we just get to hang out. We're gonna have like games that we play with some of our guests when we bring them on in future episodes.
Let's not call them guests because that implies we have to interview them.
That's true.
And nobody gives a shit
True.
Yeah.
why they got into comedy.
Oh yeah.
What? Oh, so your dad killed himself, and you're like, oh, now I can joke about this without getting beaten.
Yeah.
Or
All talk about comedy as an art will be incidental. This
Yeah.
is not our
Any-
intent to help you become a better comedian, to help you understand the form. No, that's not what we're doing here.
I mean, if you have pointers for us,
Yeah. Again,
them in
we
the
do
comments.
not work much. So yeah.
Weekday Comics Pod at gmail.com. If you could send those in.
oh right, yeah, we have an email address.
Yeah. Yeah, send it on. Weekday Comics Pod at gmail.com.
All one word. Yeah.
And we went Gmail, none of that cheap ass Hotmail shit. We're going Cadillac of free email addresses.
Lack of free. All right, I'm gonna grab another. Try to get sponsors right away because that's
Absolutely.
also. Can we?
Yeah.
Are you working on that?
I'm working on
Yeah,
that already. We're
'cause
already in. Yeah, we're already in.
All right.
I think
I have no integrity.
synagogue down the street's going to pick us up. So, definitely.
No, I want people that'll part with their money.
God damn it! Why did I walk into that? I walk into it every
you
time.
rolled out the anti-Semitic red carpet on that
Every
one.
time with Dave.
But I'm allowed.
Yeah.
Side profile.
dude.
Yeah, but so yeah, have you gotten any cool? So how's it? Because I did because from Anchor gave me pennies every time
Oh,
someone listened
yeah.
to the Rank Bank because I did a thing for that. Yeah,
I'm hoping that you
so
guys,
we got
yeah,
$12.
I mean, fucking what? Cult of Us does pretty good. I mean, it's a little, I don't, whatever. I mean, we did a couple $100 each month. Like,
Cool.
you know, not too shabby. We've been going for a bit, but yeah, we do all right. We get some insights. I'm hoping to link you guys up. Yeah, it'll be on Red. You know, we'll be on the hosting thing, and then it's a cool thing. I'll explain after for business shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
man. And yeah, said no integrity. So fucking
No integrity. Dude.
Well,
I have
any
McDonald's commercials
boner
before my pod.
pills. Yeah,
yeah.
fucking
Sure.
My-
Gas station boner pills.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Advertise. Yeah. Okay.
fucking Scientology.
Oh, dude, if they wanted to, if they were just I'm not talking
Like,
like
if I
reading
could-
an ad. I'm before or after ad. I would definitely do.
Sure. Hell yeah.
Before or
Get,
after
get
pod.
audited. You know,
Yeah.
If no, can
check your.
if I could
fees.
like if they treated me like a celebrity because
Mm,
there's like the Tom Cruise people and then they're slaves.
right.
But yeah, if I don't have to join, but like
Definitely.
I'll point people in Scientology's
The problem
direction.
is if you read the ad wrong, they're gonna like throw like a dead dog in your yard and stuff.
Yeah.
They're,
Yeah.
They don't fuck around.
All the
in science.
squirrels are gonna come out,
Yeah.
or whatever.
My Pillow.
Ooh, I would
Get
love
a
to do a
good
My
Oh,
Oh
Pillow,
yeah,
yeah.
a little Mike Lindell action, some January 6th money.
Fuck yeah. I mean,
Sure.
no, if you're upset by what he said, you should feel bad about yourself for overreacting to a pillow guy.
He is-
His opinion.
He's a pillow.
Like,
guy.
yeah.
he makes.
Oh, what did? Oh, I have a lot of stake in his. I'm furious at his opinion. Well, what are you known for? Fucking putting a bunch of feathers in a piece of cloth. Like, why does your relationship need to be anything more? Is it's a good pillow? Fucking get the pillow. I don't know.
Even going back in time, like it could be 1500s in like Europe, and you're just like, yeah, it's the pillow guy. He makes our pillows. He's fucking crazy, dude.
Exactly.
He's always nuts.
I don't understand. Like, I don't know about any celebrity why you
Yes.
care about them past what they are famous for.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree.
Well, their influence on our children is always the thing. Right?
Well, be a better parent.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get to it, Dave. They're gonna listen
It's-
to it.
Yeah, but it's a guy that sells you a pillow. I mean, what is this? Are the people that are getting offended by this?
Yeah.
Are they going to restaurants and being like, I can't sit in that person's section if they
Right.
believe
Yeah.
this?
Dave, could you give me a hand? Because, dude, I don't know what the fuck he said. This is great for me. 'cause-
He-
Yeah. What?
I
I don't-
think. Well, they're like, oh, if you give him money, he spends that money on voting screens that are out of calibration. So if you hit Biden, it hits Trump.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, Well,
didn't know that.
mean,
Okay.
that's how
Yeah.
money
I'm
works,
buying
though.
a
You
lot
fucking
of my pillows right now.
once you give your money to some, stop. Who cares what they
kidding.
spend it
I'm
on?
kidding.
Stop
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah.
How fucking entitled are you that you want to give people money and then say what they can spend it on?
Yeah.
That's not how money works. That's not transactions.
Yeah.
So you heard that, Mike? I mean, send me a free one first. I don't want to.
Definitely.
Yeah. Hey, and just so you know, Mike Lindell, if you do want to advertise after all this, we will still plug your pillows. We want
Yeah.
money.
But I'd like to know more about the product.
Sure.
Just down to like what I don't even know if the my is he the my, like this is my pillow,
Or is
I
it
made
your pillow?
or does it contour to your head?
Right.
I need to know these things.
Yeah, because look at your head.
My head.
It is unfortunate.
I mean,
No,
it's
no, it's good.
perfectly good.
It's good. It's good.
You actually have a very nice head.
Yeah,
As
it's-
somebody, you know, when you start losing your hair, you notice everyone in the world who's losing their hair. Like I never saw hairlines until I noticed my own was going away. Now I can tell someone's going bald like the first day they start losing.
I know it's the most devious I get to be to some people.
And if they're like me, and so a lot of people are, they truly have no fucking idea. And when someone says like, and it was a bald guy that told me, it was my friend, he was at a party, he was throwing up in the toilet, and his girlfriend, I just shown up late. She was like, can you please help him out? So I went in to kind of like talk to him, and he was like, how do you do it, dude? And I was like, how do I do what? He's like, stay so confident losing your hair. And it was the first time anyone told me I was going bald. And I was like, I'm not losing my hair, bro. A year later, it was fucking this, people.
Oh,
So
did you shave it? Did you start like buzzing it off right away? Because I tried like bangs. I don't know. I don't
This
know
is before my time.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
I
Dave.
started around like people could tell around like 22. Before that, like everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna go gray, but you're gonna have a thick head of hair." And like my mom's side, but my dad's side, no, fuck that. But yeah, so like I kept trying to like, and then like I'd get some gel and like twist them together up front. It was.
I would die for those pictures. Oh god.
They're probably because I think I started comedy around like 27, which is, you know, if I had done it right, I'd have been killing myself around that. Yeah, I'd have
yeah.
I'd
You'd
have
be at
shot
the
up the
top
ranks.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd had to make it real quick to join that club.
Yeah.
But
27 is a little late to start comedy. Usually people start in their like early 20s. It's like a late mid, you know?
yeah. Yeah, I don't have a good reason.
No, me either. I'm lazy. I just pointing to the underachiever thing. I didn't realize that. I started when I was 29. So same thing.
Yeah, we fucked up
Yeah.
and now we're whoring ourselves in this basement.
Yeah. You know what we should do? Get into a game that values being 22 years old. You know, let's do that.
I don't get their fucking humor. Yeah,
No, I don't either.
these
22-year-olds?
Yeah, I don't
No. It's
with
lost
their
on me.
references. I know when to like smile and nod, but
No, I feel like their references are all also they're always doing a TikTok thing. I get it, but like it just allows inclusion. That's all they want. They just want to use that word that they know only some people know, and then that's all it is. And I get it. So it's hyper specific, and I don't know. And I get that. We do that as comics, but usually I don't know. It's kind of more fun when we do it. I feel like it's like we're trying to hone it down.
I think what a lot of the like influencer people are trying to be funny, like specifically through social media, don't work on it the way we work on it. So like we take more care with the craft. So even when we're just going like shooting from the hip, we have those years of work behind us. And I think if you're just approaching it as for like creating content, you'll get really good at knowing exactly how to put that content out. But that content's always going to have like a pretty low ceiling of like where it can go, you know?
Oh, yeah. And sorry, my specific thing is always, it's just the reference. There's no joke. They haven't built a take on it. It's just the reference.
You
and then
guys
that's it.
remember Thundercats?
Yeah.
Which is like the shit we grew up with.
Yeah, sure. Or
Which I
they're
guess-
they're doing modern stuff and it's annoying. And that's just like, yeah, but you just said the reference and then that's it. You have no take on it. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know.
Drag you down. But
No, that's okay. That's what we do here at the Weekday Comics. We take down more successful
Oh man, who's going to
social
enter
media
our
influencers.
crosshairs next?
Coming for you.
Yeah.
I don't even know their names anymore. I was going to say we're coming for you, Miranda Sings. That's how out of touch I am. I don't
wait,
even
is
know
that
who
the
That was the
Chick that was-
one Vine girl that I remember.
Was that the one that was on the Comedians in
Yes.
Cars, which was the first one that I said? Nope.
That one is good when you go back and watch it because you can tell that Jerry's people put him in that room. Like that was like maybe the first person that he didn't really want to personally interview.
I thought that was like for his daughter.
Maybe.
Like how George Lucas put in sync in one of the Star Warses or something like that.
And she's just doing this character, which is like, hey, you say what you will about Seinfeld. I like the Comedians in Cars.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the antithesis of what he's about. And it's just so funny watching. Like if you go back, it's the worst episode as compared to the rest of them. But when you go back and you just like, let's watch Jerry Seinfeld try to stay polite while being insanely uncomfortable for 20 minutes. It's good in that regard.
Well, the goal of this is to move. Like TikTok is, and all I hate all social media.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Same.
and I just want enough people on here where I don't have to use those. Like just a loyal. Yeah, like I look at social media. It's the modern day religion. Hear me out.
Okay.
Like yeah, it was like I know I'm working on a thing here. It's like oh cool, we're gonna make this thing to bring people together, but then all it ends up doing is having people scream at other people with slight differences in opinion and makes it super easy for pedophiles to meet children. But
yeah,
you got a roommate?
Yeah, there are multiple tenants in this house.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay.
Unpause. Someone's taking a shit right above us.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
That'd be important.
But I think the day I approached you to do this was when TikTok took down one of my jokes.
No, yeah,
And
which
I
one was it?
It was an anti-pedophile joke, and they took it down as child endangerment.
Oh, wow.
It was about how like there was a school teacher in Texas who got suspended because they told the kids to refer to pedophiles as minor attracted persons. It's like, yeah, even pedophiles don't like that. Like that's way too wordy. That's not the kind of mouthful we want to give children. Which at its core is a way of saying, don't try to humanize these people.
Right.
They're
Right.
monsters.
Yeah.
So when TikTok takes it down and doesn't even let me appeal it, it makes me think that they're protecting pedophiles.
Right.
Sure.
And I just can't.
You don't
I mean, I'm gonna, I'll go wait till all 10,000. They're watching this. I got to get them all snugly, safely over here. But they don't know. They're good people. The ones that follow me.
The people that laugh at you are probably good
Yeah.
people.
But like, I didn't say the joke with like a small child on stage with me. It was just me on stage telling a joke. And if you fucking scroll through TikTok long enough, you'll see videos of like priest throwing a baby up in the air like a pizza before they dunk its head in the bird bath or whatever. I'm like, that's not fucking child endangerment. A baby with a priest. And
Yeah, you don't even get your dick sucked at the end of that.
I know.
It's
you gotta age into that.
yeah, I don't like that's like kind of all on social media. Like you said, Neil, it's like people are like, what about the children? Like we've lost the idea that like on the internet, there are things that should just be for adults. Like just because it's not on an adult site doesn't mean that like the content is okay for children. Like TikTok, sure. There's a lot of shit for kids, but there's also Dave Primiano.
It's mostly tits too, not like bear.
Totally.
Yeah.
And they're
Yoga, right?
Huh?
It's you search yoga. That's the tip, right? And it's basically
I know the one
softcore porn.
chick. I mean, they all have OnlyFans pages. It's only like all right, let's cross-reference this name into this search engine
It's not
here.
that hard.
Yeah. But I thought, I don't know, for some reason I thought TikTok would be the more liberal one, but that's the one like Instagram's the one where I only get complaints in the comment section.
Oh, really?
Like, ooh, I saw you woke up today and decided to be racist. And I fucking
like, lady, I didn't decide. It's just what
that
you
wasn't
are.
a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there I am. Just had to pour some misogyny on top of that.
Dare you?
Which I can't, like, I love angry comments on the socials though, because I can only hear them in two different voices. Like anyone that ends with clearly has its own voice. And then there's the more abrasive ones, and I only hear them in the voice of like an morbidly obese 12-year-old.
Right.
Like, I don't know why.
Right.
Like, so like the comment, "Oh, this is your comedy, it's terrible." Oh, this is terrible. Like
you guys are suck.
Like-
Terrible.
like accidentally like swallowing the popsicle stick while they're saying it.
No,
like
choking on their own fat as they.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah,
it
that's a good way to
makes-
look at it. Just dehumanize them.
What are
No,
you
but it
talking
helps.
about?
It helps
Giving
because
them
these people
camera-
are being these people are being shitty. So it's okay to kind of be like, look, you don't
Yeah.
matter.
It's worse if I'm reading them all in Stephen Hawking voice. Right? Yeah.
But I do subscribe to that channel. Thank you for that as well. I appreciate it.
It's my ASMR.
Yeah. Puts me right out.
I don't know what that is.
That's the ASMR is the term they've given to any noise that you want to listen to relax. Like if you want to listen to something to relax that isn't a human being like deliberately singing or talking or dancing or something, it's ASMR. Like my thing is I like sometimes when I'm having insomnia, I get bouts of insomnia. I get over them by listening to like a rainstorm. And this happens maybe 2-3 times a year and it puts me right to sleep.
Okay.
I guess that's ASMR. I never knew.
Right.
I thought it was all like
Does-
nails tapping on like a table or like people scratching or undoing Velcro. Like these are all noises that people like enjoy
What the
hearing.
fuck? Who listens
it's
to
weird.
Velcro? That sounds like a fucking potential serial killer.
It's like people are getting like some itch scratch, some like
Yeah.
psychic itch by some noise that pleases them.
Does
It is
the-
Rain Man. It is very Rain Man-y. I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving us all closer to our realization that we're all on the spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I've decided that a long time. I mean, they keep like medicine keeps expanding the definition of the spectrum.
Right.
I feel like I would have fucking floated through school. Like everything I hear, like, oh, like there was only autistic. I don't think there wasn't an Asperger's when we were younger.
I don't know. They used one word for it. In
It
my
was
school.
autistic. We had I was a camp counselor when I was like 14. Blame my mom. I fucking hated
You were a
those.
camp counselor?
I went to Jewish camp, the summer kind.
Okay.
I went from like
the summer
First
kind
of all, Jewish winter camp is what the Nazis did. Dave, come on. Also, can I get another beer?
oh hell yeah.
Dude, that
And by the way, we're only giving you beers to reward you for great stuff.
Yeah, every good joke
You're
will
not
get
just
you a
going to get
chocolate
beers
Yingling.
willy.
Yeah.
I had to. This is the most Philly fucking or not Philly. This is the most Pennsylvania drink ever.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hershey Yingling.
Hershey.
Yeah,
And it's fucking. It's good, but you get diabetes if
Yeah.
you have 3 of them.
You could put some coal dust
Which
in
is why
that,
you're-
you'd have the trifecta.
You're killing me by not partaking in this.
I'm sorry. It's just the New Year's shit. I'm trying to
Yeah.
not drink as much.
Good.
Yeah.
Gay.
I know.
But,
it is
um,
gay, but I can
Yeah.
say
So
about it.
yeah,
Good
but
guess.
we had autistic kids back then, and there was something clearly like they didn't speak. It was like it wasn't until I started doing comedy that I was just like having normal conversations with people, and then they would just work in, and I'm autistic too. Like
People are claiming it now for sure. There are people like there are a lot more people will say it.
oh, there's some that definitely fit. I mean, there's like the completely mute kid and me, and there's some that are somewhere in between us two that are probably closer than that. I mean, he wasn't even. Yeah, he just didn't. I don't think like he could talk, but he wouldn't. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Autism describes people who are like, Dustin Hoffman and Rain Man. It describes people who are completely nonverbal and only like make noises and scream. And it
Yeah.
then describes people that, get nervous in social situations sometimes. Like it can be like such a big spectrum. And that's why I think like every comic, I believe 99% of them are on the spectrum.
I
Somewhere
think
they
more
have to be.
people should get pushed to be autistic. I hate the fucking people that are comfortable around strangers right away.
Yeah. Those people scare me
It's
a lot of the time.
they're fucking salesmen. It's
It's
Yeah.
usually gross sales.
and those people are sociopaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like I've never been so happy to flame out of something. Yeah. When the dude like, tell me something. Do you like money? I'm like, yeah, it's good, but like I don't want it to control everything. And he looked like, I've never heard anyone say that before ever. It's just like, Jesus, you have a family. Like, you don't love anything but money. Like I go home to nothing. You have things. Why?
Yeah, there's like a
Why
guy
are you so single focused?
Yeah, I was talking about the Mega Millions with somebody, and I was like, yeah, you when you win it, you only really get like half of the money. And then he was like, yeah, and then you got to like, pay on top of that. Like he was like complaining. I was just saying it, and he was like, yeah, then you got to pay more on top of that. I'm like, oh, you're right. What am I going to do?
Not
I'm doing
worth it.
$300 million. It's not even worth having the money at that point. Like, money people are just so money motivated. People are crazy.
Millionaire, cool. Like billionaire seems like there's something like
you're a bad person.
At
I
what
believe that by the time you get to $1 billion, if it's like $1 billion that you have access to, and it's not like you own a mine and it's like in the ground or something, you're probably a bad person. Like you could probably give some of that money away. You don't need
addiction.
All of it.
Yeah. Nobody needs. I mean, I'd say 10 million.
Yeah.
No one will ever hear from me ever again.
The study's about just even $300,000 a year. They say after that, people act as if like they're completely changed. They're just like, oh, they don't worry about money anymore. They're done.
Right.
In terms of peace of mind.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what that price point is, but I'd heard that too. They put the price on happiness, right? And it was like you get an immediate and like pronounced amount of diminishing returns must be 300,000. Yeah. So it's like after that, right, all of your material concerns are done. So then it all comes down to like being fulfilled and shit that like matters a lot if you have the money. But if you don't have money, you're like, fuck being fulfilled. Like, fuck that. Like, I have to pay my bills. Like, I want to feel good, but it's like, when you're done making those sacrifices, I think that's that's how you get a lot of influencers. I think that's how you get to that point where it's like, now this thing,
Oof. Nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, it is.
Triggered you twice during this
I know.
podcast. This is good.
I know. If I could I love everybody. I love every group of people. But everyone every group of people could tweak one thing about themselves, I'd say, to a certain group of people. Maybe drop
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm perfect, but everybody else has something they could change a bit. No. I'll come up with a list when when I'm ready to go.
You are the Rank Bank host. You're coming up with a list no matter what.
I love.
I had to clarify. I said we are going to actually rank things from time to time here. You're not abandoning ranking as a lifestyle.
I'm not going to go for like list of 30 like I did with the sports. But if we were like, 4 things,
right?
The Ninja Turtles, like I already have that I have that list well
top
in my
4
head.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh man, yeah.
There's
only 4. I'd get that woman shit out of here. Yeah, fucking.
I feel like I haven't done a good producer job by saying that you guys actually came in there's a board to your side. You came in with things and ideas and
just for precaution.
I know.
We've yet to touch it. Let's note we've yet to touch.
And that's fine. Absolutely. But people, there are plans for everything that you guys are doing.
Oh God, we had like an intro that was supposed to be like I think we burned through it in 2 minutes.
We did. Yeah. Classic first time doing something. We were like, this will take a good part of an hour talking about who we are. And then we're like, no, that's it.
And these 2 beers are getting me. I think it's the first time. I went to the Eagles game. But I had Miller Lights there. That doesn't
even count.
That means that means I just missed a lot of the game because I was pissing. Oh man. That was that was fun though. I drove to I took an Uber to the game. And the fucking dude, the Uber driver was just listening to this like Andrew Tate knockoff, or it might have been Andrew. And it was just
Christ.
But the fun, and the dude had a 5-star rating, and I don't know because I was like, I didn't know in my book why women deserve less. But he was just like talking about lifestyles and losers, and it was just it felt like it was a personal attack at me the whole fucking ride. Like, here's the shit you need to cut out of your life, fucking drugs, which I actually don't do, but the next two, video games and beer. And I was sitting in there with the fucking Wawa bag full of Miller Lite cans, playing a video game on my phone.
That's hilarious.
You want to be driving the car, not some bald loser in the back.
Well, he did say, "Hey, like, get your fucking side hustle, bro." And I'm like, "Yeah, that was great. I was just, like, guys, I gave him 5 stars still because I won. No,
that's how it happens.
You have to fucking go full. I don't fuck with anyone's side hustle, so I will always give 5 stars unless they go full TJ Miller on me. Then I have to go 0 star. Like the only thing that would
in college.
Huh?
What's the?
Oh wait, he was a rape. No, he like
isn't that the TJ Miller thing?
He beat up an Uber driver.
Oh yeah.
Did he? I didn't hear that. Oh yeah. The other thing on him is that he
voted.
he had like a thing in college where he had like rape accusations. I don't know if any of it's true.
Gotcha.
He beat him, but yeah, there were accusations.
Gotcha.
And he wasn't good enough to beat that.
Good enough to beat that Uber
He's
driver.
apparently a nightmare to work with too. I've heard that.
I can see that.
Yeah. That's why
even though I want him to be a sweetheart, I can see that
they
he might
wrote
be
him off that show that he was on, Silicon Valley.
I thought he left on his own.
No, I think it was one of those like mutual things for the sake of like the reputation or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again,
So,
just catch scuttlebutt from here or there.
So
It's tough to work with.
they Danny Masterson that 90s show him in the middle of a run. I really hope I'm gonna watch it because I did like that 70. Like I really hope they make Hyde a rapist.
Oh yeah,
that 90s
just true
show.
to life.
Like,
You can come back, but you have to be who you are.
I know he could never come back.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I know he.
Well, is he in it?
I mean, I don't
thought
think
this,
so. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I thought this stuff has been out for a while on.
Yeah, so I'm saying I hope when they ask where he is.
Oh, right. He's doing time. So Hyde raped somebody in the 80s. So between the 70s show and the 90s show.
Are we IMDbing it right now?
Yeah, I was giving sorry, keep going. I apologize. I should have told you guys. But yeah, I was just gonna look it up because I used to watch that 70s show all the time. I used to watch it constantly. It was fun. And my mom, it was also a show that I could like watch with my mom. And weirdly enough, like my mom was kind of loosey goosey. She was fun. She was just like, all right, yeah. No, I mean, it's fun, whatever. But I didn't hear about that 90s show coming. Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing.
I just heard about it like the other day.
Okay.
But next Friday, right?
Yeah. And then I got sad because I realized when the 70s show aired, it's the same amount of distance between then and the 70s as it is between now and the 90s. And then I felt awful. So now, Dave, you look like you're taking that into.
Hey, first episode, last episode. Our grand finale is just going to be chocolate Yingling Burp.
There you go.
A suicide pact.
I got to clean that mic.
Right. Save that for the last
I thought that's what this cover was for.
It's the burnt cover, right? I believe that's the industry term for that.
No one does this shit sober.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to look. Anyway, keep going. My apologies.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's good. We were talking about Danny Masterson. I don't know I don't have anything on him. He's just a guy. He was like a DJ. Just never trust a DJ. That's the moral.
Is he? Oh,
yeah. His big thing was, I remember when he was on the 70s show, his like blurb was, he's a DJ in Los Angeles.
Hey, let's not all DJs.
Hashtag not all DJs.
That's what Hodor was too.
Hodor's a DJ? I didn't know that. All right. Okay. Not all.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's in the cast. I don't know if
he definitely wouldn't be.
Right. Yeah, he's excluded.
I mean, he got like declared a mistrial, but come on,
although getting between someone and a door, not technically rape, but still problematic.
Wait, who are we quoting? Are you talking?
I'm doing a Hodor Louis C.K.
Oh, okay.
Implication there.
Oh, hold the. I don't know. Let's not talk. Yeah.
This is too hot of a first episode, dude. I'm sorry. This is so good.
This is what happens when you get two comics that are jaded as fuck. We only work every like other weekend. We'll say whatever we want.
I hate me some cancel culture.
Yeah.
But it did make Louis C.K. tickets $100 cheaper than prior to that.
It's a free market at work, baby.
And it was great too. Yeah. He already got like he had already done the one special to get his legs back under him. So he was in full fucking force.
Yeah.
$20.
Awesome. It's one of the greats.
I know, but now he's back to Matt. He won a fucking Grammy, which that surprises the shit out. I thought all those shows were because every fucking I don't watch the Grammys because I don't know any of the musicians.
Right.
But I watch the Oscars sometimes, and
think
every fucking speech is the worst woke as shit. Like, and I don't normally use woke as an insult because I see
don't
people
either.
do it on the internet, and it annoys me at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, they put a black person in the cast. You can get over it.
Well, that's what it is, right? Woke is now just the new euphemism for a lot of people for black. It used to have its own meaning,
Or gay, yeah.
but now, or gay, yeah. But like, you know, it's just like it's that constant rotating. Woke is urban.
Mhm.
Like nobody says urban anymore. It's woke, and so it's just like I'm onto it. That's why I don't like using it. It's like, and you know, when you look like me, you have to be very in touch with like the redneck euphemisms, so as I don't accidentally trip over them. You know.
But yeah. So like, but like every like if it's like Viola Davis or Meryl Streep, great actresses, but when they get up there, they basically like, I'm more important than teachers and doctors. that's yeah. And you put a fucking megalomaniac in the office. So like I assume the Grammys worked along the same wavelength. So when I heard Louis C.K. got, like, his comedy that shitty.
As I understand it with the Grammys, they are the only ones that are done just on sales. There's no voting involved. So I think that's what it was in the category that Louis was performing in. He just outsold every other artist. So that's why he won the Grammy. I'm sure if they had anything to do with it, they would have not given it to him.
But
that's always been the problem.
But nobody else sells his stuff besides him. How are these people not making use of every fucking...
It's where comedy is. I mean, his category was like spoken word - comedy or whatever. And like that is such a narrow thing. And comedy itself is consumed not directly. Like no one's buying any comedian shit anymore. You just get a special.
His is the one you have to. Yeah, because I paid the $8.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
I watched my friends pirated, or he bought it and I watched it. But yeah, same thing. He had to actually go out and purchase it. Which like I don't do with comedians. I mean, well, we're comics, so we hate comedy. But the idea of like when I do watch a special, it's something on Netflix, HBO, pay for the service. I haven't actually paid that comic.
Oh yeah,
true.
My pirating days are over, so that's I got BitTorrent for all, but apparently it like because like I'm under someone else's internet, so we like split it, but it's under her name, and it was like starting to like send all these alerts. And like it was just like random BitTorrent sites, and I thought it was just every time I was looking at porn, and I didn't like that invasion of. I was just stop knowing when I'm doing that, but it was it turned out not to even be that. But like so, I know it gave me like porn abstinence for like a week, just as she knows.
She knows what I'm doing.
But yeah, I like that they include spoken word, like a spoken word album's ever gonna sell anything outside. Like, okay, Starbucks is going to buy like 5 copies of it,
right?
And then it will never be seen again.
I can't imagine there being like a popular spoken word thing that wasn't by someone who was already famous for something else. Like, who's going to just be like, have you heard this guy talk? Like,
what celebrities right now? Like James Franco? He's
one of the people that they actually like successfully sort of canceled. He's not really doing much anymore.
What did he do? He was like driving and just like grabbed a chick's head and like,
I don't know. He was
my lap.
Consent things. That's what I always default to. It's always consent things with people. And I remember, I get them all fucking confused now, but I remember the James Franco things were pretty credible. Like Seth Rogen stopped working with him. I feel like that's pretty damning.
Also, James Franco's I don't know if they like stopped it, but he was supposed to play like Castro. Okay, so you like
that's terrible.
So something fucked up. Like I'm okay with race swapping fictional characters.
Yeah, but race swapping actual characters.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line.
Hear that, Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Oh right, I never saw.
Oh really? You never saw it? It's great.
Who goes?
I'm not even a musical person.
Oh, did you watch it like on Disney or did you go? Okay,
during the pandemic. I broke down. I was like, okay, I'll watch this, and I liked it. It's a musical, so it has its ups and its downs for me.
The music,
that's the downs. Some of the music is like whatever. It's fine. It's just not for me. But some of the music is good.
I don't doubt it,
and it's entertaining. I can't believe that anybody had a problem with it. Like, I can't believe you made the founding fathers black. It's like, well, you know that they weren't. Why would that hurt your feelings? Like, it doesn't actually change anything.
You're rewriting history.
Sort of, but I don't think they're actually trying.
No, I know
like
that
the point of Hamilton is like,
not,
did you know?
I meant that in like a literal, but yeah. Oh, if you do it on stage, that's what I hate about all, like you mentioned, like cancel culture. Part of what I disagree with the very premise of it, because it argues that an entertainer, is usually an entertainer that's being talked about, has some sort of like great social power. Every once in a while, sure, but like, not comedians, not even like your best comedian. I don't really think, other than the ability, what people are scared of is people agreeing with them. They're afraid of that power. But the comedian really usually isn't like with Chappelle. He said all that shit. I don't think he's looking for people to like rally behind him when he says that shit. I think he's just saying shit. So even if you think it's ignorant shit, or like some of the things I thought he said were kind of ignorant, some of them I thought were funny. But like, I feel like if you think that he's trying to rally people against people, I think that's a mistake. And I don't believe that the transgender community as a whole has any problem with him. Yeah, I think you're right. It's 3 loud people on Twitter. It's Twitter. In fact, that's a lot of it. Yeah. But see, like, because because the trans people used to have like the reputation of being the sensitive ones, but like then I did a show, I did a joke about and then like a trans person came up like, oh, like, I'm like out celebrating like a year after the thing. lack of
was she that coy about it?
Lack of a thing, and like you made my night tonight, like stuff like that. So, and I'm like that might have been like the first trans person I've ever met. And then like so like if you make like a race joke, and then like the loud person on Twitter is like, that's racist, like, you know, a black person that doesn't think like, no, that's fine. And like same with like gay people, and like, oh, okay, a gay person told me it's fine, and then you say like a trans thing and like, that's transphobic, and then you just don't have anyone there to tell you. Oh yeah. So it's just with comedy too, I feel like that's kind of like how a lot of people get into trouble, because we're cut from a different cloth. I think we're less sensitive, and comedy's very diverse. So it's like we're out and we're around people, our friends that are people of color, LGBT people, you know, super radical feminists, people that might laugh at the concept of feminism, and they're all out doing things, and you bond with some of them, and you make them laugh with these topics, and then you go out and you say these topics and people are like, you're a racist. And it's like, well, that's crazy, because I was literally just laughing about this joke and coming up with it with someone who is the quote unquote target of the joke, Well, I you're talking about outskirts comics, I feel like, because we don't really go into the city that much. We're like, I think that describes more like in the city. I don't think I've ever met so many humorless people before I started doing comedy. Yeah. Okay. And so many of them are like, if you joke about this, and I don't even know if they're offended by it. I think they just are shitty at.
There was recently a scuttle that actually happened at a gay mic, a mic that is in a gay club. And all that happened was there was a mic going on. Someone heard, this is just an audience member, give you context. And this is the funny part. They were wrong. Someone just heard it from another room. They heard someone say the word transgender and some triggering like things. Yeah. And then they bolted in there, like tried to fight the comic on stage. Jesus. And everyone in the room, the comics especially, were just like, what the hell's happening? People, both gay, sorry, Dave, both gay and transgender people were just like, what the fuck's going on right now? All the comics, including transgender comics, and everybody just got kicked out because they were perceived as like, you guys started this somehow. Right. They all got kicked out. It just turned out that like that person just kind of held the quote unquote the power just by being upset. Right. And ran into the room and was like, you fucking ass, that kind of thing. So
that's the other thing, is that we give it's good sometimes, but bad sometimes to give all the power to the most upset person in the room. Yeah. Because the most upset person might not be the person who is actually the most aggrieved. In this case, it doesn't sound like there was any victim. It was comics working on their art together. Everyone kind of under the context of what was being said. And then this person kind of came in and immediately co-opted all of that with their anger. And if you boiled it down, I don't know, I can't speak for that person, but they probably don't have the cause that to be as angry as they got. Now, I don't know them, what they lived through. Maybe they are triggered by something or whatever. But yeah, people the worst thing we did was kind of all agree that the biggest victim in the room is the most correct person in the room, because it isn't always true.
Right.
I mean, it's all people are dumber than they've ever been. And I think so they don't understand context whatsoever. So we live in a fucking buzzword reactionary fucking state where they just hear a word, go rage blind to every other word surrounding it. And they said that it has to. He looks like this.
Yeah,
what he said had to be bad. Yeah,
I had
like you probably because you
I get it a lot.
Look like fucking Duck Dynasty.
I do.
But you're lefter than I am.
I'm to the left. I'm to the left of Bernie Sanders. Now, I'm not an educated leftist or anything like that. I just believe certain things and I know where that puts me. But yeah, it's funny because I am not who I look like at all. And I have to be kind of like careful about that and about like how I come across because of that, especially with like that scene of people you were saying, because you're right, they are there. It's not a ubiquitous thing where comics are thick-skinned. It's funny that I noticed that like in LA especially, that the thinnest skinned comics were the quickest to assume everything about who I was because of what I looked like, you know?
Yeah. Well, they're also shit comics who like to just cut topics. A good comic can fucking joke about anything.
Yeah.
That's just them trying to level the playing field because they can't.
Yeah, some of it, and I think a lot of it is this idea of like it's got like a righteous backing, like they want, like if you were to say why are you doing this, it would be like for it to be a better world, and this better world is blank, and you look at it, you go, yeah, I agree with that, but the way that you try to do it is not, but through this way, like not letting comics work on shit. You know what I mean?
Because that's what I did to challenge myself. Like that's why I loved. Everyone, during the Trump admin, and now it's got to be the best time to do. I'm like, no, most of the comics just say, fucking, I want to get applause shit.
Right.
My favorite thing to do was take every opinion that the crowd didn't have and reverse engineer like that opinion. So I fucking love Trump, but then I would just talk about porn. And there were some people they hear my premise and like, ooh, but then they hear the joke and they get it. And then there's some people like, nope.
Well, that's one of the reasons. Another reason I want to do this podcast with you is because we come up against that a lot, both of us, where it's like we put an extreme amount of care into the jokes to making sure that the jokes that we write are only attacking us or people that it's like we're never punching down. We always try not to.
I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, I hate using that term because I think that term is
I believe we're all equals. We can only punch across, baby.
But I was like, we take care to make sure that like if this is edgy, to make sure it falls on the correct side of the edge. And
but at the same time, you got to work on jokes, and the first few times they're gonna hit those people the wrong way,
right?
And you got to let me tinker with it so it sounds better,
right?
It's
exactly.
Just putting a word in front of another word sometimes, where it's like racist, ironic.
Yeah, you say like, okay, the words in this way a little too sharp.
Yeah,
soften them up a little, and it's a hilarious joke. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we got the
news. Speaking of hilarious jokes,
all right. All right. So you want to alternate?
Yeah, sure. All right, we're gonna do the news. Let's kind of. This doesn't require that much introduction. We are both always reading shit. Dave only reads the headlines. I read a lot less news than him, but I actually read the articles. So we are going to go ahead and give you our hot takes, the takes that we cannot do on the weekends.
From last Wednesday to today. All right. Incoming California congressman to be sworn in on rare comic book. Comic books are such nonsense, said her more traditional opponents. The characters don't even stay dead in those.
I like it.
Thank you.
Did you know, Dave, that Gwen Stefani announced just today that she's Japanese?
Go on.
She did. And that announcement got her into trouble. Not as much as her second announcement, which was just me play joke. And also this shit, she said this shit is no longer bananas. It is now one delicate golden pear.
Oh, baby. Love it. All right. So you're doing more bits. I'm doing more. No. We found a good balance. Otherwise, you're just taking my shit.
That's right. I didn't want to just do Dave Premiano reads the news, but fatter and hairier.
Yeah.
So.
UK lawmaker says she wears stab-proof jacket to meet constituents. This is considered a huge flex for America that almost 250 years later, the British are still on edge about bayonets.
Nice. Very nice.
I like that your reaction is the same as on stage. When you a little nod, like, okay,
I'm very
noted.
needy. I have to look up. And I need approval instantly, and I will. That's one thing I got good at in comedy: staring down the audience until they laugh.
You are good at that. You will silently berate them somehow. All right. The star of Euphoria, Chloe Cherry, said that she felt safer working in porn than she did in restaurants. I don't know about that, but I do know the stains are much easier to clean. You ever try to get ragu out of a white shirt?
Oof.
Not easy. I know you've cleaned the other stains out of a shirt, Dave. No, you're a sock guy. We've strangely had this conversation.
I might have said that I just use disposable paper products.
Disposable paper. I had a joke. I've never finished that joke. That's a joke I need to work out. My cum shirt joke. You are someone to come forward and proudly stand for the cum sock people. You said no shirt. You said sock.
Oh, well, yeah. If I had to choose, well, when I was a kid, yeah, the shirt is.
Well, it's not a shirt you're going to wear.
A sock is ergonomically.
The news. Back to the news. This is a topic for the second. We'll put a pin in this for the next episode.
We had a bunch of topics that we would go to if there was a lull. It never really hit that. That's
No,
good. That's a good thing, though. I know you're, which is good because those would okay. Dana White filmed slapping wife on New Year's Eve. Other higher ups in the company have spoken up and said that what he did wasn't indicative of the UFC, mainly because his form was terrible.
You got to fucking glide right, dude. You got to jab, dude. What are you jabbing, dude? You got to jab.
Andrew Tate, as we know, the news of his arrest is developing. He was trafficking women in Romania, and he went back to Romania, and he got in trouble for getting into a fight with Greta Thunberg. Like, I don't understand that. Like, you trafficked women in this country, you made it out, you drive a Bugatti in America, and you go back to Romania. Like, I clogged a toilet in a Starbucks once, and I won't go back there. The balls on this guy, whatever his method is, it does give you confidence.
My favorite was his defenders. Well, what about the Clintons? I'm like, all right, maybe they did, but if you had, so you just shouldn't lock up sex traffickers because someone else got away with it.
Yeah,
it's better to get rid of 1 out of 2 than nope.
No.
Okay, all right. Listen, we're not doing live, so I might decide we should edit it out later.
Gotcha.
Dave and Buster's co-founder James Buster's Corley dies in apparent suicide. And adding to the tragedy is that he'll never get to redeem the tickets he earned by making that shot.
You want to cut that?
All right, we don't have to.
No, that's it. That is in.
That's so good.
I'll cut the next one though, because I thought when I wrote it that the guy would heal.
Okay. Everything else I have is Prince Harry and Hamlin. So you want to do a couple more since you have a bunch of topics?
Oh, you only have.
I didn't write. Yeah, I didn't write as many as you this week. I'm gonna try next week.
I'll do like.
Yeah. Dave has an entire page. He's worked very hard today.
Suspects set themselves on fire during arson attack on immigration services buildings in California. Authorities considered it punishment enough that these people now have darkened their skin several shades worse than the ones they hate.
That would get you TikTok complaints. That would get
that would actually, I think that would get some likes. Yeah. Arrest of Ashley Babbitt's mom on January 6th anniversary doesn't smell right, according to widower. In response to always getting an unsettling call on this date, he said, "This is becoming a real pain in the neck." Because she got shot in the neck.
Yeah, I like it. And although it was a happy accident that you said smells about white, because I bet you Ashley Babbitt's mom smells like everything white, like mayo and corn dogs and. Former porn star Ron Jeremy to be declared incompetent to stand trial for rape.
His defense has claimed that his brain is so deteriorated that letting his dick do his thinking was the only option he had left.
I love it.
Oh, well, I mean, this is a good one to segue into yours. Prince Harry claims to have killed 25 people in Afghanistan. Although this begs the question as to what so many members of his family were doing in Afghanistan when they found out he married a black chick.
Oh, that's great.
Hell.
I read about the Prince Harry stuff. I caught up on this because we were talking about it, and you said we were going to talk about this. I don't like the royal family. I just don't care about them. I was interested in Harry and Meghan because they broke away until this story. This completely, I'm done with them now. The big revelation was oh, my brother threw me on a dog bowl and the bowl was shattered. It's like that. Come on. That's it. And my wife said she had baby brains. And then that was that, you see. It was that's the whole, everything is just the worst season of The Crown ever. I don't want to it makes me sad. It makes me sad for the entire royal family. We're talking about people elevating their complaints when they have nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
You're mad because you got $100 million and not $300 million. Go away. Live in California. I don't give a shit anymore.
I don't know what the difference is between their British Kardashians.
Yeah.
At this point. Should I tell? I don't have it. I told it last week and then I got a text message. And since I have Android, that apparently cut off my recording.
Oh no.
This is a fucked up one too.
Okay.
That Prince Harry accused the media of causing Meghan Markle's miscarriage. Said, which will go down as the first time in history that the camera caused someone to lose 10 pounds.
Fucking delightful.
I'm pretty sure I saw you scandalize a room with that one last week.
No, I did that in New Jersey.
Was it Jersey? Oh, maybe
Yeah.
you just told me about it. But that's amazing.
It's delightful.
You got any more?
Damar Hamlin, if you want to move on. To
Ooh,
him.
I got
a bunch of on him.
I have 2 for him. So let me do. All right, I have 3 more non-Damar Hamlin.
Okay, hit us.
2 Damar.
Hit us.
All right, here's one for you movie fans. Celine Dion fans protest outside Rolling Stone office over greatest singers list omission. Protested fans of the Titanic singer's exclusion. Someone could have moved over and made room for her on that list.
Nice. That's over the plate. That's great.
Yeah, it's fun. England will ban single-use plastic plates and cutlery for environmental reasons. Unfortunately, this means they also have to eliminate plastics that British people don't know you're supposed to use more than once. So that means toothbrushes have been outlawed too. 50 Cent says Eminem turned down joint performance at 2022 World Cup despite $9 million offer. Eminem said he didn't feel comfortable altering his lyrics to appease the Qatari people, no matter how many more times they wanted him to say faggot in his songs.
Guitar, that's all what they would want.
Yeah.
Just the 8 Mile beat with just that word.
Yeah.
I'm not putting that one on TikTok.
No. That would definitely get removed. That's an instant removal.
Yeah, I'd have to change that word to ooga and spell it with an ampersand.
It's just the Tony's theme song for 2 seconds.
Damar Hamlin woke up.
I heard.
Damar Hamlin woke up. He was released from the hospital after 7 days, which was great because he covered the spread. I took the over. Bad bet again, Dan. Everyone's saying that, oh God, one of the things I hate, I just have to say that this story that people are celebrating, but it's the corniest thing in the world. When he woke up and he asked, did we win the game? And they were like, you won the game of life, Damar. I physically cringe every time I hear that story.
They had to have writers.
It's so lame. Get at least a freelance writer in the hospital to come up with something better than that.
No, that's what they came up with. There's no fucking way.
They should have told him. They should have been you held Joe Burrow to 1 touchdown. Pretty impressive, I think. I had a funny story from that was I was at a bar with my girlfriend eating dinner when that game was on. We saw him fall over and I was like, that's not good. And everyone came out. I was like, wow, that's really not good. She's not a football fan. So she immediately got caught up in the human moment of it. This guy is dying. People are crying. And my first thought was I processed all that immediately. And I was like, man, what's this going to mean for like the NFL playoffs? This is going to be like crazy. Yeah. And she got so mad at me. She was like, how in this moment could you even think about a game when this guy is dying? And I had to kind of be like, well, I watch this game all the time. I grew up on it. I'm used to that brutality. I've kind of just accepted that as what these guys do. They know they're gladiators. I know they're gladiators. I'm kind of okay with it. I don't want them to die. But, you know, I care a little more about how the clusterfuck of the NFL is going to be.
Look, it's bigger than football. But if it weren't for football, we wouldn't care. I'm saying because we wouldn't like
DeMar Hamlin, shoe salesman falling over gets nothing. You know, it's because he's like a peak athlete playing the premier sport.
And we watched it happen.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So, and my girlfriend, she was just yelling, you know, she was real mad. And this was like our first real big fight. It fizzled out quickly, thankfully. But I was a little worried because I was like, damn, is our first real fight going to be about DeMar Hamlin? And so she was being all stony silent. I got on my phone and I realized that the argument I was having with my girlfriend was the exact same argument all of America was having with Skip Bayless. So, it's good. I got to read it and be like, Skip, you naive fool. Why would you bring this up?
That was because it was Skip.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think just people were primed to hate Skip. And I don't know. I would have taken the fight with my girlfriend a lot better if she spoke like Shannon Sharp, though. Come on, damn.
My uncle always said, I love shit.
I like that show.
Yeah.
Unapologetically. They know what they are. They're just talking shit. It's empty air. You get to watch two men yell at each other. It's great.
All right. I guess I'll do my two real quick.
Okay.
Steelers CPR style celebration ticks off fans after DeMar Hamlin collapse. The celebration for the hit on Deshaun Watson was criticized by everyone except for Watson himself, who spiked the ball after and said, yes, someone on the field who's shittier than me. It's a little wordy. I heard it, but it wasn't. I wish it was in the headline that the fucking hit was on Deshaun.
Oh, yeah.
The way I do it, I copy and paste the headline. I don't alter it at all, and I try to write the joke. So sometimes I have to like put information in there.
Right.
Okay. Last one. Hamlin post on Instagram for the first time since on-field collapse. Fans need to be warned not to get their hopes up, though, as using Instagram and having brain activity have never been synonymous with each other.
I'd like to thank all of Dave's Instagram fans who are coming over here.
I don't have any. But
that's okay, me either. I think I've got like 1,700 followers or something. Nothing. Pathetic. Oh, they do have one more point on this. It's not a joke.
We'll make it one.
Well, it's appropriately horrible. The Bills have been my number 2 team for a while. Like if the Eagles lose, I root for the Bills because they haven't won one. I think they're a good team. They're fun to watch. I'm now rooting against the Bills because of DeMar Hamlin. I mean, and look, hear me out. It's nothing to do with him. He seems like a great guy. He's like a Pennsylvania guy, Penn State. It's because if the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, the Eagles, being the number 1 seed, are probably the most likely team to make it to the Super Bowl, which means that we have to play against like America's team of destiny. DeMar will be standing on the sideline in like a jacket. It'll be like a standing O from 49 states out of 50 and a half states out of 50 because Steelers Nation will be on the Bills side. Everyone will want to hate us, and we are like the biggest villains in football. So it would be like double the Philly hate. We would get doubly awful in response. They would hate us more. And if we lost, which is a pretty good chance against the Bills, everybody would be like, fuck you, Philly. You wanted Hamlin to die. Yeah. So I am in a weird position where even though I normally would root for the Bills, I really need the Chiefs to knock them off.
I mean,
I really need them to take care of the DeMar Hamlin karma.
In Kansas City, that might turn Buffalo against him. Because they had that. It might turn Cincinnati again. Because if Cincinnati won, would they have been the first seed? And then both of those teams have beat Kansas City this year.
Yeah, that's true. And the Colts.
So he's the Colts.
The Colts were the third team in that list. Yeah.
Yeah. So he might be public enemy number 1 if either of those teams make it to the championship game.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a Bengals fan, I'd have very conflicted feelings right now. I would be extremely pissed off.
That's 3 whole weeks from now. We've made villains out of people way quicker than that.
That's true. Cancel culture. Come for DeMar Hamlin, please, quickly, for the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you.
He didn't even save any. Never mind. Fuck. Don't mention it. I skipped by that one tonight. If he's healthy next week, I'll make the joke.
Yeah, provided he doesn't relapse, and in which case.
All right, is that our first episode?
That is. It's in the can, baby.
Episode. That was fun.
Yeah.
Did you have fun, Neil?
Did you have fun, Neil? Was this a weird one?
No, this is great.
Okay.
It's spectacular, I guess.
Right on. We're gonna go guestless again. We still want to, we want to get that repartee down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you guys are great. There's a lot in there. So
you're great, Neil.
I don't know how a guest is going to compete.
I didn't expect you to chime in so much, but
yeah,
no, but
you earned yourself.
Yeah, I guess
you earned yourself several
chocolate
around.
Yeah,
I will shut the fuck up.
Mr. Real Ass Podcast.
You know what?
No, hey,
sneaking that plug in.
Yeah, like that wasn't the reason we. Let's fucking piggyback.
Okay. They won't have me back on, so we can end this.
Did you bomb?
No,
I hate listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Which is
stick the landing, dude. Hey,
this is why I'm glad that you're the
shut the fuck up, stick the landing.
You're the likable one, so
that's bad for us.
If we're ever, if someone needs to represent I'm not going to be asked to do shit. It's all you.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
Oh,
that's a dated as fuck reference.
Yeah,
whatever. We're old.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thanks for listening. If you did.
This has been a Drop Tent Media Production.